The last 20 years as a Patriot fan has been like living in a dream.
Hopefully this press conference will go a little better than the last one I had. I'm thrilled to be here and thrilled to be a part of the Patriots organization. I don't know if I can adequately put it into words, but I'm very happy.
Among the last 6 picks taken, a familiar name if you're a college football fan, Tom Brady, the quarterback who all he did was lead this football team, put them in the right position more times than not. And when he got pulled from the game and Drew Henson came in, Michigan football was not as good as it was when Brady was in. No question.
The AFC Championship seemingly every season and 9 trips to the Super Bowl. And all while rooting for and watching the greatest quarterback of all time.
And tonight, the Patriots are world champions.
How sweet is that, Tom?
And that's why the 2020 season was a bit of a wake-up. With the unthinkable happening and Tom Brady leaving for Tampa, the Patriots began what would be an unfamiliar season.
After a flight home and watching the video, is your thought still the same that Cam is your quarterback, or is there any chance you might open it up to Jarrett?
Yeah, I've answered that question for the last time.
Face on the big house. Whoa, baby! Escape curl and gets picked off.
While Tom was figuring it out with the Bucs on his way to his 7th Super Bowl ring, Cam Newton and the New England Patriots were average. Some weeks, far below average. So today we begin our rebuild on Madden 21. Bill Belichick is gone. Tom Brady is not walking through that door. We will make trades, draft new talent, and hopefully lead the greatest franchise in NFL history back to the promised land. Join me as we begin this adventure today. My name is Constantine the Great, and welcome to Patriots Franchise. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Constantine the Great, and we are here for a brand new series on Madden 21. It's time for Patriots Franchise. As you can see, we are in the 2021 offseason. Coach Belichick has retired. He's been replaced by Coach Constantine Paleologos, and we are going to rebuild the Patriots our way. Now we're starting right after the Super Bowl, so the first thing we have to do is look at the players ready to negotiate, and we have some decisions to make. Now, these decisions are not what I think Bill Belichick would do. They are what I would do. We're going to rebuild this team my way. So starting off, there's a lot of big-name free agents we have to make decisions on. Starting with David Andrews. David Andrews missed the 2019 season with blood clots in his lungs, but came back in 2020 to have a very solid year, and he is one of the best centers in the league. He's someone that I definitely want to bring back. Looking for a 2-year, $18.3 million. Put the signing bonus up a bit.
Bruh.
And David Andrews has decided he's going to test out free agency. Off to a great start. We do have the franchise tag though, so we'll come back to that. Dante Hightower is 31 years old. He's one of my favorite Patriots of all time. I think he's someone we definitely will think about bringing back. The Patriots have over $100 million in cap room, so I think we can afford him. We'll do 3 years. We'll bump the salary up a little bit, make it 20 over 2 years.
Bruh.
And Dante Hightower is also going to test out free agency. This is going terrible. J.C. Jackson is someone we have to bring back because, spoiler alert, I'm going to try to trade Stephon Gilmore. So Jackson's looking for 4 years. We're going to bump the salary, bump the bonus. Let's make sure we get this young cornerback stud back. And finally, someone decides to stay with the Patriots. Now, Joe Thuney is a guy in real life that's probably going to walk because he was not tagged. But in Madden 21, it's hard to find offensive linemen, so we're going to bring him back no matter what. 85 overall left guard.
Nice.
And we were successfully able to re-sign Joe Thuney. Now, James White is another older player. He's only 29, but in Madden 21, that means he's going to start regressing. He wants kind of a huge deal for a running back. I'm going to offer James White a 2-year, $11 million deal. James White is not interested in signing with us, and he will be also entering free agency. Great. One of my favorite Patriots, Lawrence Guy, probably going to be pretty cheap.
Bruh.
Nobody wants to play for the Patriots. Tom Brady leaves for the Bucs, and now the New England is just not a place that anybody wants to play. Amazing. At least Dietrich Wise has to sign with us, right? 2 years, $14 million, sure. Hey, we got him. I like Cam Newton as a person, but watching him during the 2020 season was painful, and I don't know if it was COVID or if the offensive scheme wasn't right, but he just looked hurt. His shoulder looked terrible, and other than that one game against the Seahawks, he had no good passing games. We're going to let Cam Newton walk and look to draft his replacement in the 2021 NFL Draft. Bird had an interesting 2020 season. I feel like he ran the same slant route 38 times a game, and sometimes Cam Newton would hit him, and other times Cam would throw a pick. We have no depth at wide receiver, so we'll try to bring him back. And can you imagine? He doesn't want to play for us. Now, the Patriots, as I said, do have a lot of cap room, and it's time to try to bring in some big-name free agents and get this rebuild started. Starting with 24-year-old free safety, star dev Marcus Williams. We're definitely putting a bid in on him. Devin McCourty is 32 years old. He is an X factor, I believe, but we have to start thinking about a replacement, and Marcus would be perfect. Offer Marcus a 5-year deal. I'm going to offer David Andrews a little bit more money and hope that he decides to come back. Curtis Samuel is someone that I want the Patriots to target in real life, so we're also going to do it on this game because I'm a big fan of Curtis Samuel. Rob Gronkowski. In real life, he's going to stay with the Bucs. But would it be funny to bring him back for 1 year in New England? Nah, I can't do it. Looking at the quarterbacks, Cam Newton is the best quarterback available. I do think the draft is probably our best bet for a new quarterback. I mean, why not make an offer on Taysom Hill? Taysom Hill has accepted his offer. So is Marcus Williams. So is David Andrews. Not a bad haul for the first week. I am glad David Andrews decided to come back. We're going to up our bid on Curtis Samuel a little bit. And Curtis Samuel has rejected our offer and decided to go back to Carolina. Can't get them all. What are your thoughts on Isaiah Wynn? I'm trying to create a budget for the next few years, and next offseason he's going to be looking for a big pay increase. He's shown a lot of talent, and he might warrant a long-term contract. Do you agree? First of all, that's not the assistant GM for the New England Patriots. I don't know who that guy is. Secondly, Wynn has been good in the time that he's played. He has dealt with some injuries, but he is definitely somebody we want to bring back. Now, there is some players on the Patriots that I'm going to try to trade. Maybe some veterans, get some more draft capital. Hopefully, we can move up in the draft a little bit and try to get some of the elite receivers that are in the 2021 NFL Draft. All right, so the first trade was Stephon Gilmore and a third-round pick for the second overall pick in the draft, which in this universe is the Washington Football Team. But yeah, we have successfully moved on from the former Defensive Player of the Year, a third-round pick, and got the second overall pick in return. The second trade is we moved Sony Michel and a fourth from a second from Philly. You love to see it. So those were the only two trades that we could end up doing. We moved on from Stephon Gilmore and Sony Michel, and we got some much needed draft capital to hopefully start rebuilding this franchise. And we are live for the 2021 NFL Draft, which we'll do the first like 10 or 15 picks just to see who goes. I know people are usually interested in seeing that. We do have the second overall pick. The draft order's messed up, I realize that. And Micah Parsons goes number 1 overall to the Minnesota Vikings. This was supposed to be the correct draft order, so I assumed Jacksonville would take Trevor Lawrence. That didn't happen, which means Trevor Lawrence is available. If we're picking at number 2, it really doesn't make sense not to take Trevor Lawrence here, but I kind of had an idea in my head that he wouldn't be available and we'd be taking someone later on. So I'm actually going to move to trade away from this pick to try to make this a little more realistic and not just take the best quarterback available because the draft order got screwed up. I hope you can forgive me. The New York Jets in division are offering us the 7th pick and the 42nd pick, while Jacksonville is offering us pick 4 and pick 65. The Indianapolis Colts are offering us 2 first-round picks, including one next year, as are the Browns. Interesting. I kind of have an idea of the quarterback I want to take a little later on. So I think we're going to take the Jets offer and look to maybe draft a wide receiver or maybe somebody else at pick 7 and then get our quarterback later on in the first round. The Jets take Trevor Lawrence at number 2. The Carolina Panthers take Sewell, the left tackle out of Oregon. Justin Fields goes to the Jags at 4. The Steelers take Patrick Surtain at 5. And at number 6, the Dolphins take Kyle Pitts. Honestly, I know what my pick is going to be, but I really was tempted to take Kyle Pitts. With the 7th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots take Devontae Smith, wide receiver, Alabama. 72 overall, hidden dev, 92 speed, 92 acceleration, okay route running, pretty good spectacular catch, good release and agility. This is the guy that I wanted. This is why I moved back from 2. I'm happy with the pick. The Bears, with a very bear-type pick, take Caleb Farley at number 8, and we are back on the board at number 9. We do not pick again until the 9th pick in the 2nd round. I'm honestly going to look to move back again into the 1st round, hopefully pick up some more picks, and maybe get my guy a little later on. Green Bay is offering us a 1st round pick this year and next year, and a 5th also next year. I'm going to take that trade. Let's see who Green Bay ends up taking. Gregory Rousseau, left end out of Miami. The Saints take Zach Wilson, quarterback out of BYU. Jalen Waddle goes the pick before us to the Giants, and we are currently on the clock, looking to take our quarterback of the future. And for me, it comes down to Trey Lance and Kyle Trask. The fact that Trey Lance is still on the board here means we're probably going to take him. Welcome to New England, Trey Lance. Hopefully the future and the replacement for Tom Brady. Another 72 overall hidden dev. 92 throw power, 80 accuracy, right across the board. 83 throw on the run, 85 break sack, 81 speed. He's the QB of the future. We are now at the 9th pick of the 2nd round. We have 2 picks in this round. Najee Harris still on the board. That's definitely a maybe. Tight end is a position we need to address, even though the Patriots took 2 tight ends last year, and neither of them are fantastic. Continuing the all-offensive draft so far, Najee Harris, welcome to New England. 76 overall, hidden dev. 90 break tackle, 88 speed, 91 acceleration. Yeah, he's a beast. He joins Devontae Smith and a couple other Alabama players, honestly, on this New England Patriots roster. A 78 overall corner goes on the next pick. Yikes. Might be time to take some defense. We have a late 1st round corner in De'Aaron Kendrick, a late 1st round pass rusher in Jalen Phillips out of Miami, a late 1st round D tackle Marvin Wilson out of Florida State. I think Jalen Phillips is the move here. He's a late 1st round talent. We're going to get him at the 11th pick in the 2nd round. Jalen Phillips, welcome to New England. 75 overall, normal dev, unfortunately, but 76 finesse moves, 82 speed, 90 acceleration, 80 strength, 90 agility. Good pick. Now, we did not have another pick till the 5th round because we traded up for all those 1st round picks. So let's see who's still available. I know Rondell Moore has a 6th round grade on him here, and he's a 2nd round talent, but I was a big fan of him at Purdue. I think he sat out this year for COVID, but he's 1st in the 3-cone, 1st in the 20-yard shuffle. His 40-yard dash isn't great, but New England needs more wide receivers. Rondell Moore, welcome to New England. 67 overall, normal dev, but he's got 98 acceleration. His route running is terrible. What in the world? 50 short route, 54 medium. Okay, he's kind of terrible. Sort of regretting this pick. A little bit of a gem here, maybe, in the 6th round. Thomas Graham Jr. He does have terrible man coverage, but his zone is 66, but he has 94 speed, 92 acceleration, and 88 agility. Not bad value for the 6th round. Okay, looking at the draft and seeing who we took, we definitely scored some good picks, and we also bombed on a few. But overall, it was a very solid draft. We got Devontae Smith in the 1st. We also got Trey Lance, Najee Harris in the 2nd, along with Jalen Phillips, and then things start to slide a little bit. Rondell Moore has the worst route running I've ever seen, but we were able to get Nico Collins, a Michigan man, dear to my heart. Solid 70 overall in the 6th round, I believe. Not a bad pick at all. And then we ended with 2 pretty solid corners in Thomas Graham and Deshaun Foote. Only thing I'm a little sad about is we were not able to get any linebackers. That's definitely a position next offseason we need to look at. Okay, looking at the lineup heading into the preseason, we have Trey Lance at quarterback. He's obviously our starter from day 1. Taysom Hill will be backing him up. Jarrett Stidham still on the team. I'm not excited about Jarrett Stidham, just letting you know that right now. 2 Alabama guys here, and Harris. Wow, I just realized that they're both Harris. Damian Harris and Najee Harris. They will probably split carries this season, but I'm assuming Najee will be the guy going forward. At wide receiver, Jacoby Myers, who had a little bit of a breakout 2020 season, although he didn't catch a touchdown. So as much of a breakout season as you can have with Cam Newton at your quarterback, we have Jacoby Myers, Devontae Smith, Gunner, N'Keal Harry, who has been a bust so far. We're going to hope that maybe he can turn it around. Nico Collins, and I'm assuming that Julian Edelman will be coming off IR at some point unless he retired and I missed it, but I'll let you know. So we're going to be moving some of these guys around on defense. Obviously, we're missing a middle linebacker. We'll deal with that. We have a lot of safeties, and Devin McCourty and Marcus Williams, who will probably be starting at free safety. Kyle Duggar is definitely going to start at strong safety. I don't know why he doesn't have a star development. He played really well last year. We might be moving one of our safeties over to middle linebacker. We could talk about that after the preseason. But we have Bo Allen at D tackle, backed up by Brian Cowart. Yes. One of our only free agent signings that actually came back, Dietrich Wise Jr. at right end, and Chase Winovich, Michigan man. The defensive line definitely needs some work. I am excited about Jennings out of Alabama, second-year guy, and Josh Uche out of Michigan, who was actually surprisingly very effective at rushing the passer last season. Starting at corner, we have J.C. Jackson as our number one corner because we traded Stephon Gilmore, backed up by Jonathan Jones. Juwan Williams, who is in his third year, I believe, out of Vanderbilt, looking to be our third corner. Maybe Thomas Graham will see some time at slot. Overall, the team is still pretty weak. Not a lot of dev traits. We have some older players. I think there's more to be excited about on offense because our offensive line is very good. Michael Onwenu will be moving over to right tackle, which he played last year. So a line of Isaiah Wynn, Joe Tooney, David Andrews, Shaquille Olajuwon Mason, and Michael Onwenu will make up a pretty solid offensive line. Dalton Keene and Devin Asasi, they're going to get the start at tight end. I don't know how well they're going to play, but I definitely want to give them a chance. Jake Bailey at punter and Justin Rohrwasser, who does have 93 kick power, so he might be a serviceable kicker. We'll see. We're going to have Nico Collins returning back the kicks and Gunner taking back the punts. He was pretty solid last year. I think he took one back, maybe two for a touchdown last season. And for the rest of this, we're going to play probably one preseason game. We'll probably play the third one, as that's the most important one. We'll sim the rest. We'll look at the stats. We'll see how everybody did. And then we'll set our final lineup going into the 2021 season. All right, and we are here for week 3 of the preseason. We are currently 1-1. We beat the Seahawks in week 1. We lost to the Niners in week 2. Looking at some of the stats so far, it looks like Taysom Hill has played most of the snaps, but Trey Lance does have 2 touchdowns through 2 games with a 61% completion percentage, which is good. Damian Harris has 82 yards, while Najee has 81. Nico Collins and Jacoby Myers are leading the team in catches. That's a little concerning. I don't know where Devontae Smith is. Devontae has 3 catches for 15 yards. Yikes. Our big free agent signing, Marcus Williams, has a sack, no picks, but he does have 14 tackles. You'd like to see this. 2.5 sacks so far for Chase Winovich. So yeah, let's just hop into this preseason game. We will play the moments, take over on the important downs, and we'll see how the team looks, how it plays. Now, I have not actually played any Madden 21 this entire cycle. I played Madden 20, but I wanted to do a Patriots franchise, so be prepared, just like the NCAA 14 series, for me to suck ass and throw interceptions. Let's get into it. All right, we're going to take over here in the first quarter. By the way, we are on all Madden. There is going to be some sliders, but I'll put those on before the first regular season game, and I'll let you guys see what I'm playing on. Trey Lance is going to start the game off. We're going to hand it off to Harris, who's got a little bit of space. The slowest juke of all time. I'm excited to see Trey Lance in a Patriot uniform. And we dropped the ball. There's the draft class again. Devontae Smith and Trey Lance, the big guns. This time it's caught by the tight end. Was that Dalton Keene? It was. 2 catches for 19 yards for Keene. And Harris puts the ball on the ground. I'm pretty sure he was down. Bring that back. That's not a fumble. He was down. And apparently that was a fumble. So now we're on defense. Fantastic. Is this Shaq Mason playing linebacker? Hold on a minute. As the ball gets thrown out of bounds. Let's go look at the roster real quick. Who is at linebacker? Jennings and Bentley. We have no backup middle linebackers. We're going to have to fix this, obviously, before the season starts. I'm going to put Uche and Jennings there. Pretty funny to see Shaq Mason out here playing a little middle linebacker. And I thought they were going to get in, but they only get down to the 1 after a couple missed tackles. Watson's going to try to run, and he is met in the backfield. Shaq Mason out here playing middle linebacker again. What an absolute legend. It's a play action. Watson's got all day. He looks, and that's going to be a touchdown. We're going to take over here on 3rd down. Trey Lance still in the ballgame. We're going to hand it off to Harris. See if he can get that 1 yard, and he does not. But we're going to hurry up to the line. Nope, we're not. We're going to punt the ball. Deshaun Watson in the gun. It's a wide open receiver. Is that Randall Cobb? It is. Minute 30 left on the clock on the 41-yard line. Trey Lance still in the game. I see Devontae Smith. Let's see if we can get some points before half. Throws off his back foot, but he connects to Jacoby Myers. He hits Myers again. Hike the ball, Trey. It's a screen over to Myers. That's 3 catches in a row for Jacoby Myers. We're going to call a timeout. Patriots are moving the ball. And we get sacked. I'm going to call another timeout. Play action. He hits Jacoby Myers again, who's not down, but for some reason... Oh, we have no timeouts. Hurry up to the line. Oh, Jesus. Hike the ball. And that is dropped. I thought we had 3 timeouts. Jacoby Myers was not down on that play. Am I wrong? Madden 21 is fantastic. Well, we're going to end the first half with hopefully a field goal here. And that looks accurate, and that is through and good. And we will go into the second half tied at 10. Watson floats it out of bounds. Big stop, D. Houston's going to put another touchdown on the board. But we're going to take over in the red zone on 1st and goal. Taysom Hill is in the ballgame. So is Najee Harris. He's going to get the handoff. And he's got some space, and he is down to the 1-yard line. Give it right back to him. He is a monster. See if Najee Harris can punch the ball in here. And he is in the end zone. Touchdown for the rookie out of Alabama. We are going to take over with 3 minutes left. Taysom Hill still at quarterback. He's going to throw it up. It's going to be tipped into the air. And luckily not picked off. Taysom Hill is 2 for 9 for 31 yards. We're just going to give the ball back to Najee. Not a lot of speed there for Najee. Gets brought down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. Let's see what Taysom Hill can do. He's going to scramble out to his right. He's going to run. He's going to get the first down and more. And he's going to get out of bounds. One thing Taysom can definitely do is scramble. And Taysom throws an interception to absolutely nobody. Who was he throwing to there? That was to X, and Taysom just throws a knuckleball right to the linebacker. That was to a defensive lineman, I think. Oh, boy. Nate Sudfeld is in the game for the Texans. They're going to hand the ball off. Get about 7 yards, and we are at the 2-minute warning for a tied ball game in this thrilling preseason game in Houston. Sudfeld throws it out of bounds. 3rd and 5. I think we have a pretty good chance of getting this ball back. If we do, I'm going to put our quarterback back in the game, I believe. Oh, no. We missed the tackle. He gets brought down by a shoestring. But Houston gets the first down, and the drive continues. They're going to keep it on the ground with Powell. And he's going to power his way through for 9 yards. Oh, that's Howell, not Powell. My bad. Back on the ground again. He's met, but not before he gets the first down. All they got to do is kick a field goal, and this game's over. We need a turnover. Probably should start calling my timeouts here. Don't know why I was not doing that before. That's my bad. Terrible time management. Not that it matters. It's a preseason game, but they're going to keep it on the ground. They're going to get a first down. They're going to call a timeout. Interesting. And Howell's going to get into the end zone. Probably should have let him score sooner. So we're going to get the ball back roughly 20 seconds, 2 timeouts. We're going to have to throw some bombs. Maybe Gunner can make a play here. He cannot. So Trey Lance is back in the game along with Devontae Smith. We got to hit about 2 deep passes in a row here to have a chance. He's going to look for Devontae. It's going to be tipped into the air. Trey Lance gets it off. It's up in the air. And it's going to be intercepted by Houston. Well, we lost the preseason game, but I think a few of our players played well. I like what I seen out of Trey Lance. I did not like what I seen out of the defense at some points during that game. But I think offensively, we have a couple players to be excited about here going forward. Hopefully Devontae Smith plays a little bit better in the regular season, but I think he will with us controlling the team and not simming. Looking at some of the stats for that game, Trey Lance went 14 of 24 with a touchdown and a pick. Najee Harris had 54 and a touchdown. Jacoby Myers, who Trey Lance was finding a lot on the one drive we had with him, he had 6 catches for 139 and a touchdown. Dalton Keene had 3 for 28. Everybody else kind of 1 catch here and there. Only 2 for Devontae Smith. Defensively, Marcus Williams led us with 7 tackles. 5 tackles for loss for Dietrich Wise. We had a sack with Josh Uche and Wise. No interceptions. Overall, a pretty solid preseason game. Like I said, I think offensively, we have a lot to look forward to. Defensively is probably going to be a rough year, but that's why we're rebuilding. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you're as excited as I am for this Madden 21 franchise. I know the game's not that great, but I'm excited to rebuild my favorite team, the New England Patriots. When next episode comes along, we will do all the upgrades. We will set our final lineup, and we will play our first game of the 2021 NFL season. If you have any comments, any suggestions, any free agents I should look at, let me know in the comments below. I also have a NCAA 14 Dynasty going on with the Nuclear Elk. Follow me on Twitter at Constantine_GR8. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.
I'm too fly.
I'm too fly.
I'm too fly.
I'm too fly. Check the piece, check the ring. Next time you catch me, I might spread wings.
Fly.
I roll Han Solo, don't need nobody for helping. When I'm up in this bitch, I'm fly like Millennium Falcon. And bitches know they ain't welcome. All these rappers, I'll get them.